888-327-0365.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I'm going to continue getting into the latest developments with WikiLeaks and what I think's really going on here from a historical perspective. And I do smell something rotten in the state of WikiLeaks. That doesn't mean the people involved in it are bad, but they're clearly being used. That's evident. Bare minimum, the system is spinning the information that was released, and it appears to be disinfo being fed out to them. But that's coming up in a moment. Then I'm going to get into the situation with the trillions and trillions that have been stolen by the Pentagon and their contractors on record. You won't be hearing this from Alex Jones. You'll hear it from Donald Rumsfeld coming up here in a few minutes. And this is one of the big forgotten stories that has just reared its head again. One of the top links on Drudge today is defense can't account for $8.7 billion. Well, I'm going to have Kurt or Steve Watson write an article about this, and hopefully Drudge will link to it, saying it's trillions that are missing, not just $8.7 billion, and break down the history of that and just how corrupt this is. Some of the worst corporate welfare that we have in this nation, what's bankrupting this country, not just the banks that own the military-industrial complex with their derivatives, but also the trillions and trillions spent every year on budget, the trillions stolen every year off budget, and how they do that, and how the military-industrial complex has taken our society over. And, of course, that was President Eisenhower that warned us about that. But what doesn't get as much attention is in his 45-minute farewell address speech in January 17th, 1961, is where he talks about a technological elite taking over society. So that is coming up as well. But before I go any further, we're going to get rid of this special by next Monday, so I would encourage you to take advantage of it if you really want a tool to wake people up. You know, the Obama deception has been censored quite a bit, and they've attempted to keep the public from seeing it. You can get 4 copies of the Obama deception for $19.95. So that's a little less than $5 a piece until next Monday. We're going to take it down off of the shopping cart next Monday. And, of course, part 2 of it is Fall of the Republic. We have big discounts on the films. We have a lot of other combos and specials where you buy a T-shirt and you get a ball cap free, or you buy one film, get another film free, or you get Jesse Ventura's book, American Conspiracies, for $19.95 in hardcover, and then get a free film of your choice. I mean, you cannot beat that. It's all available at Infowars.com, and the meager profits from this fund this entire operation, and we do need more support. Our audience has tripled in the last year. It doubled the year before that, so it's more than exponential. But the economy, as you know, is falling apart, and revenue has gone down. So anybody who wants to support us, also buy the books, the videos, the T-shirts, the materials at Infowars.com, because I need to raise the capital to finish out the studio. I'll soon be giving you a tour of that. We've built the new structure, filled out the warehouse next door. But now we've got to furnish it and put the equipment in, and I just don't have the capital right now. So your purchase of the books, the videos, the material is vital. Infowars.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. We are putting out the call if you want us to continue what we're doing and expand it. We need your help. So buy the books, the videos, the materials. If you want to just write to us and send us a donation, that is always appreciated. It's P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. That's P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. And there's also a donation button on InfoWars, but it's hidden somewhere. I'm going to ask Kurt Nimmo to make that a banner at the bottom of the site today. In fact, you call Kurt and have him put a link to our PayPal donate button at the bottom, donate to the InfoWar. Because a lot of people tell me, put a donate button up. We want to support you. Well, that's how you can do it, and also support our sponsors. There's also some other persecution we've been going through that's very intense, but I've not decided whether I want to go public with it at this time. But it's extremely expensive and time-consuming, and I'm not going to let anything get in the way of our mission. So I'm deciding whether to go completely ape and publicly expose how we're being persecuted, or whether that'll be used as a distraction. It's been linked directly to Obama and Michelle Obama. And I'll tell you, in the shower this morning, I actually started shaking. And it wasn't a shaking of fear. It was shaking and trembling of my nervous system, my brain, recognizing that this is only the beginning of the persecution and the beginning of what I've got to go through. And it's a sign of our success, and I thank God for it. But I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm having to, in the last week, really cogitate and think about this, and I'll make my decision by next week. I have a tendency to procrastinate because I'm doing so many other projects. Just like I've been procrastinating about even doing the tour of the new studio. I can't, and I'm not complaining, I just can't do it all. There's so many special emergency videos I want to put out. There's a film I'm trying to make that is just so time consuming because I won't put out crud. And I just, that old saying, I wish I could give more. I'm not complaining, I'm complaining about myself. I just can't do it all. And I'm weak. And I was thinking about how weak my flesh is this morning. And how I'm trying to be more professional and more focused and more serious. And we're all human. None of us are perfect, but it's just really hit me how real all of this is. And I've always known it's real, but it's one thing to know it intellectually. It's another thing to experience it and to experience the death threats and the COINTELPRO and the media attacks and the lies and the dirty tricks and the other things. And to know I'm on the White House enemies list a year ago, that's been in the news. Well, I'm number 13. To know I'm on the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center enemies list. And to know that we're right about all of this. I mean, we understand what's happened. I wish every day I was wrong. I wish every day. But then when I hear my show rebroadcast or I watch a video we've made, I get mad at myself because it's worse than what I can even present. I cannot, the whole spectrum of society and life and government and corporations and the new evils and corruptions that are invented by these people, as my knowledge grows, I realize how fathomless, how deep these chasms or these bottomless pits of wickedness are, that I guess the overwhelming thought, what's in my spirit, is, why does it have to be this way? Why can't I wake up more police and military? Why aren't I effective enough? Why if I can see the truth and know it and have studied history and have all the government documents admitting to all of this and all the lies and corruption that have been proven, and we know where this road leads. We know where tyranny goes. We know this is tyranny. And it's so horrible for all of us. And they get all these government and corporate minions who are compartmentalized and on power trips and feel like they're part of the winning team to just do things that are fundamentally wrong and fundamentally corrupt and fundamentally toxic. But I've always likened it to cancer cells. If cancer was conscious, not saying it is, but if malfunctioning cells were conscious, they would look at, I've spread from the liver, I've spread to the kidneys, I've spread to the spinal cord, I've spread to the blood, I've spread to the brain, I've spread to the lungs, I've spread to the bone marrow, I've spread to the skin, I've spread to the intestines, the stomach. And boy, I'm winning. Man, I'm doing a great job. Look, nothing can stop us. Because you break the rules, because you're ruthless, because you're corrupt, because you're not following God's code. You're not following common sense. You're not following goodness. You think it's tough to be wicked. You're in a form of arrested development. You're childlike. So many of these evil people are wicked and have a taste for blood and oppression and dominance. But at the same time, they're very arrested. And if they could see what I see, if they could know history, if they could have experienced, if if I could somehow reach out to them, through all their programming and brainwashing, we could turn the tide against this. And I look how far we've come. I look how far we've come, and I know that we can defeat this. And I also know that the Bible has been manipulated the way it's interpreted, and that everybody's been taught, going back hundreds of years, to lay down to corrupt empires, to lay down to corrupt armies, to lay down to corrupt governments, thinking it's the end of the world and it's God's will. When the Bible clearly states it's God's will that whether you're going to lose, win, or draw, you are being tested in this one life to live, in this earth suit that we all inhabit, that our spirits inhabit. We are being tested, and that it doesn't matter whether we even have a chance of winning, which we do, that we've got to stand up to evil. And it's like Jonah going to Nineveh, and Nineveh getting 100